When we talk about ROI, it is a very timely conversation. It is something that I am talking about with other business owners. I'm talking about it with new potential clients. I'm talking about it with existing clients. And it's very timely as we're ending out the year. The conversations are going like, what's the ROI on that? When am I going to see my ROI? Let's finish out the year strong, right? And it makes sense because we're in the process of either planning our 2026 roadmap initiatives. We're looking back to our 2025 initiatives and really trying to determine where am I going to put my efforts, my energy, and potentially my money in the new year, right? And if you're not planning your roadmap, honey, get on it. And if you need some help, call me. But that is not what this conversation is about. While these conversations are very, very valid, I want you to ask yourself, what is the ROI on the relationships that you're developing? And when you do that look back to your initiatives, I want you to really think, have I been fostering those relationships organically or intentionally? I bring this up. No, I had the privilege to attend the Roadmap to Billionaires Black Women Tech Talk event this week, and it was invigorating. My sentiments is I felt fulfilled. The women and the speakers on stage, in person, the networking, top tier. You know, I want to see myself in those positions and shoes, and it just really raised the bar on where my goals are. But I want to tell you how I felt when I just walked into the venue. The first couple of people I met were connections, people I already knew. I walked into the auditorium where the talk was happening, and I seen a friendly face, and she smiled at me, and it was warm, and she waved, and it was another co-founder from Professionelle House, and it was Chantal. And I just need to let you know how I felt at that moment. Excited. I felt so excited that I knew someone. I am typically a lone ranger out here in these streets, and I tend to know one or two people, and I did know a couple of people. But the way I felt when I looked at Chantal as soon as I walked into the auditorium was a feeling that made me really think about my ROI in that relationship. And it's because not only are we co-founders to Professionelle House, we have been organically fostering the relationship by attending events that we did not know that each other were going to be at, or other events, Professionelle House events, where of course we would see each other. But every time we connected, we would have conversations, and it wasn't just Chantal; it was also Lavinia. And then there's other co-founders that I would see, but we've started to just really connect. Chantal and I have been on having a couple of conversations, and same with Lavinia, having lunches at these events together. And it's meeting the need of sisterhood from a business perspective that I was longing for. At the end of the day, I find myself reflecting on my investment, my ROI to Professionelle House. I did not know Teresa. I've never been to a We Rise event. I only found out about We Rise after their last event occurred, when I seen some of the panelists to an event I was hosting post pictures and footage of themselves at this event. And I thought, why didn't anybody tell me? How do I participate? And how do I become, I didn't even know there was a member. Like, how do I go to these things? I want to be in the room. I want to be in the room. Teresa had put out a call out for co-founders for Professionelle House, the first Black woman social club. And I really questioned, is this something that I want to do? I can do it, but is this something I want to do? What am I going to get out of this? What is going to be my ROI? And take in consideration that I was investing in a property right before this. So I already have investments on my head, in my mind, and I already have ROI, the return on investments, on my mind as well. And, Teresa and I got on a call and I had some questions for her. And she said, Shereen, nobody else asked these questions. You're the only one. And our conversations tend to go like that. Shereen, you're the only one that's, Shereen, you're the only one that says that. So, I tend to think a little differently. But if anybody was to ask me, what's the ROI on you becoming a co-founder to Professionelle House and attending these events, I would say it's how I felt when I walked into that auditorium at Roadmap to Billionaires, because there was an excitement and a connection that I felt to Chantal. She was the first Professionelle House person that I seen. But it was a special connection that I felt to her because we have been having intimate conversations as business owners, right? And now I do have a couple of other girlfriends that I talk to that are not a part of Professionelle House, that are business owners, and we have that relationship. But I want to highlight this because we think about community and joining communities and how it makes you feel when you're a part of the community. It's not just what you get out of the community. It's also how you feel, right? It's that organic feeling that happens once you get to know someone, and it's not what can they do for you and what can you do for them, and there's no money exchange, right? It's not a monetary exchange. It is a business relationship that is being fostered into more. And I can truly say that the return on that investment is fulfillment, right? Entrepreneurship can be extremely lonely. And I'm sure we've all felt it. And I speak to multiple women, and this is going to become a series because I won't call out everyone that I talk to, but I just want to highlight a few of these return on investment experiences. As I mentioned, I didn't know Teresa before Professionelle House, and to find out we have so much in common, and then to connect with other powerful businesswomen. Powerful businesswomen doing amazing things. It feels really good to not only be in the room, but to have those connections. So as you start to really think about, what do I want for 2026? And what are the initiatives that I will participate in? Think about what are the relationships that you want to foster. And even if you don't know the who, it's more about the what you want to feel, where you want to be, how you want to feel connected, and what leverage and opportunity that brings you, but also from an organic standpoint, how does it fulfill you as a person? And just bring it down to that human level. If you are thinking about joining Professionelle House, I would say do it. And when you join any community, I would say consider what your ROI will be. When I go to an event, I have a plan and a target of what I want to get out of that event. And it could be meet with someone intentionally, or it could be meet a couple of people intentionally to walk away with. And it could be revenue. It could be tied to potential revenue. Of course, but it also can be tied to personal fulfillment. And so I am extremely proud to be a co-founder of Professionelle House, but I'm extremely excited to be developing a sisterhood of organic relationships with multiple women in that community as well as outside of that community. And I just want to leave you with that. So thank you, Teresa, for creating and curating the opportunity for connection and community. And I hope everyone finds their ROI.
Hold on, let me get your dancer, girl.
Hey.